Hello, Namaste. I hope all of you are safe at your places. Myself, Kaushal Kumar Dudar. I am currently pursuing BTech in Petroleum Engineering at Pandit Dindaya Petroleum University. In this video, I gonna to present interference well test analysis. This is a part of internal assessment which is given by our faculty mentor Dr. Pawan Gupta. I hope all of you guys will enjoy this video and learn some basic understanding about interference well test analysis. So without wasting time, we begin with the discussion. Interference well test analysis. So first of all, what is well testing? As we all know, in a very simplest definition, well testing is a measurement of a pressure data in a dynamic condition. So we measure the formation property in a dynamic condition. So according to number of test wells, it divided into two categories. First one is single well testing and second one is multi well testing. So we go through all these two types of well testing. First, single well testing. So as the name suggested, in a single well testing only one well is included. So we try to produce or inject the fluid into the well bore and measure the pressure on a same well. So here you can find examples of single well testing such as drawdown, build up, injectivity, fall off and step rate tests. Then second is multiple well testing. As name suggests that in a multiple well testing there is two or more than two well is included. So in a multiple well testing, basically there is one active well and one or more observation well. So we try to create a pressure disturbances in an active well and then analyze these pressure disturbances in a observation well. Example of multiple well testing includes interference testing and pulse testing. So why we require multiple well testing? It's have a different applications like in a multiple well testing we get the larger radius of investigation rather than any other single well testing. Main thing is that it's not affected by skin. As we all know that skin is a near wellbore effect. So skin only affect the neighborhood portion of the active well. So it is not affect the observation well drainage area if there is no any fracture in between active wells and observation well, which is the very high conductive. Also valuable storage effect is maximized. So we now go with the discussion of interference well testing. So as you able to see the figure, its figure express the three wells. In well 2, which is the active well, in which pressure disturbance is created, and this pressure disturbance is migrate into the formation, and this is noted in a well number 1 and well number 3, which are the observation wells. We look at the definition of multiple well testing. Now we go with one of the example of multiple well testing is interference well testing. So basically in interference well testing there is two wells. One is active wells and another one is a observation well. So in interference well testing, first we give the label to both of the wells, active well and observation well. So basically in a active well we try to produce or inject the fluid in the formation. So what happened by injecting or producing the hydrocarbons from the formation, it create a pressure disturbances surrounding area of active wells, which will be a migrate or which can be influence the area of observation wells. So we have to note that observation wells should be shut in condition. So by creating pressure disturbance in an area of active wells, we analyze this pressure disturbance in an area of observation wells. Now we proceed with the simplest model of interference well testing, which is given by Vela and McLean. So in this model there is a two well as we talked earlier, active well and observation well. These two wells drainage area is covered by rectangular area. Okay, so this is active well, this is observation well, and this is the radius of investigation for the active wells. This is the radius of investigation for observation well, and this is the distance between observation well drainage area and active well drainage area. Have mainly two major objectives. First one is to determine whether two or more wells are in a pressure communication, or second one is if there is a communication exceeds, then to provide the estimation of several parameters such as permeability, porosity, and the product of the porosity and total compressibility in the vicinity of the tested wells. Also we able to measure fracture orientations. Also we may able to measure permeability in a direction of a major and minor axis. Pressure response in a interference test. So as you able to see in a figure, it have a rate versus time and pressure versus time. So it suppose at t is equal to 0 time, both the well, active well and observation well, are in a certain condition. So we now try to produce or inject the fluid in an active well. So here we produce the fluid from the active well at t is equal to 0 time. So you are able to find that it produces at a constant rate for some time. At instance, active will try to produce hydrocarbons or any other fluids, its bottom hole pressure is decreased with the time. But the same thing is not reported in observation well. At the initial time in observation well, it have a constant pressure. It does not express any changes in a bottom hole pressure. So this time interval is known as time lag. Time lag basically is the time required for observation well to record the change in a pressure. Basically, pressure disturbances travel from active well to the observation well. So between them, it's required some time to not notate the pressure at the observation well. It depends on reservoir rock and fluid properties in the vicinity of the active wells in the observation well. So here you find the very fundamental equations in a infinite acting reservoirs, that Pi minus Pr is equal to minus 70.6 QB mu upon Kh into EI functions. So this is simply a restatement of a familiar result which we find in an infinite acting reservoir. So the pressure drawdown at radius r resulting from production from the active well at rate q, which is started from a reservoir which is initially at the uniform pressure Pi. In this, pressure at the distance r is given by this equation. Also, there is several assumptions like homogeneous reservoir, isotropic permeability, constant thickness throughout the reservoir, and reservoir is saturated only with a single fuse. So here the derivation, so I took only the main things. So we convert these pressure relations into a dimensionless term. Why? Because after converting dimensionless term, we are able to find the parameters by using the type curve. So here you find two terms, dimensionless pressure and dimensionless radius. So this is basically a type curve, which is the curve between dimensionless pressure and the dimensionless try upon dimensional radius square. Very important to note that type curve method only applied for the condition in which ratio of RD upon RW, which ratio of dimensionless radius upon radius of the well is greater than 20, and ratio of dimensionless time and the square of dimensionless radius is greater than 0.5. If these two conditions satisfy, then only we apply the type curve method to determine the reservoir parameters. So in a type curve method, there is basically main 4 steps. In first step, we plot the observation well pressure data as del P, which is Pi minus PWS versus elapsed time on a tracing paper. After plotting this data on a log-log scale, we try to match our plotted data to the type curve. After matching, we try to find out the match points, and then we applied these equations to find out the permeability and the product of porosity and total compressibility. So here you find a problem statement. In a problem statement, there is data given like fluid properties, mu, viscosity, formation volume factor B, reservoir thickness H, value of radius of well, and the porosity. Also, you find the table in which it gives the data of the bottom hole pressure at the observation well and the delta, which is elapsed time. So by using this interference well testing data, we have to find formation permeability and total compressibility. So we look at the solution. Is plot the graph of del P versus del T on a log-log graph. So I try to plot del P versus del T on a log-log plot. So as you see here, the data is indicated as a cross black color. Now we begin with the step 2. In step 2, we have to find the match point. So we try to bring the tracing curve sheet on a top of type curve and try to match the plotted data. So as you can see here, now I match the old data point to the type curve. After matching, we are going to step 3. So in step 3, we have to find the all 4 variables is at a match point. So as you see in screen, this is the match point, and according to it we have to from graph we measure 4 points. First one is the dimensionless pressure at the match point is 1. Value of del P at match point is 5.1 psi, is as well as value of TD upon RD square is equal to 10, and the delta T, which is elapsed time, is 128 minutes. So to measure permeability and value of total compressibility, we have basically 2 equations. So for permeability, we have equation that 141.2 into QB mu upon H into delta into dimensionless pressure upon delta P at the match point. So by input all of this value which is given in a problem statement and the value of match point is given as above, we get the value of permeability is a 1433 millidarcy. Note that this value of permeability is the average permeability of the formation. So now to calculate total compressibility, we have a equation. Total compressibility is equal to 0.000264 upon phi r square into k by mu into value of delta T upon 60 into TD upon RD square at the match point. So from all of this value we input the values and we get the value of total compressibility is equal to 2.74 into 10 raised to minus 5 psi inverse. So with this we conclude that for interference test we are able to measure permeability and the total compressibility value by using type curve method. So with this I conclude my video. I end up this video and I hope that you guys get the basic understanding of objective and how to measure the parameters from the interference well testing. So be safe at your place and goodbye. Have a good day. Thank you for your time.